Hello and welcome to another episode of Inside the Dressing Room. I'm your host Dhaka. It was another busy night of Champions League football, and to talk about all that I have Tanvir Pranto with me. Pranto, welcome to the show. Let's get into the point. It was a goal fest yesterday. Both the games had goals, attacks. But what I want to start with is, did you expect this lineup? Almost the lineups are final. We can see, I think, Barcelona, PSG and Arsenal reaching the last four. I'm not so sure about the Inter-Bayern match. Did you expect these teams?
Arsenal, absolutely unexpected, if you ask me. But last night it was FC Barcelona 4-0 against Dortmund. It was not expected as
a clean
4-0,
sweep,
right. But I thought Barca would win. And for
PSG
and Aston Villa, it was
expected.
Yeah, one-sided match and it was expected.
And PSG, let us start with that. PSG has been the team of the season in Europe.
Yeah.
To a certain extent, they've played so wonderful under Luis Enrique. And what I felt that PSG, Enrique and Khelaifi, their club president, finally got rid of the ghosts of playing with superstars. And now Enrique is playing with the team, and it shows on the team, right?
Yeah.
And some of the players, if I may mention, Dembele has been fantastic. The best player for me, for PSG throughout the season was Vitinha. And how do you see them?
I think for PSG it is, of course you mentioned Vitinha and Dembele, but I think I'm seeing PSG playing as a team for the first time in a
long time,
of course, because we have been we are following PSG probably since the last decade. I mean,
more than a decade.
Focus,
yes.
Yeah. So they always play with a star or a bunch of superstars. Always the focus on them. But this is the first time after Mbappe left, there were questions that would they be able to come this far, and they did it because they played as a team.
Right. And what about the new signing, Kvaratskhelia? I mean, the way he played last night, it was brilliant to see.
Yeah. And that goal was fantastic.
Yeah. And what I liked about Kvaratskhelia is he doesn't carry that baggage of a superstar, but he has a hefty price tag, right? 75 mil, if I'm not mistaken, or 80, something like that. But he doesn't carry that burden. He enjoys his football, and it's so freshening to see. We saw a couple of players, even last night's miracle worker, Declan Rice.
Yeah.
Initially, he was bogged down with the price tag. So, Kavicha does not have that in front of him, right?
Yeah, and he, last night as well, as was mentioning, that goal that he scored with the Carla, it was fantastic. And throughout the season, he had that, aura about him that he took the attack forward of PSG, and it's been so wonderful to see.
Pranto, do you think Aston Villa can make a comeback and cause a bit of surprise in the return leg at their home ground?
I don't think so, Rubai. It will be so much difficult for Villa because PSG did it at Liverpool on their home ground, and they actually dominated Liverpool in the previous leg. So I think Villa can try, but it will be, I guess, PSG's try.
Right, and I want to talk about a man especially who promised a lot of antics before the match, Emiliano Martinez, of course. We know goalkeepers can be a bit loco in their head, but Emiliano Martinez at times takes these things a bit
at his level,
at a different level.
Yeah.
What he did last night, and did he step up to the crowd?
Emiliano actually landed in Paris with a World Cup cap, and last night he painted Argentina's flag in his hair, and he was actually booed a lot of times. Actually, every time he
touched the ball.
He touched the ball, and he could not live up to the expectations. He conceded 3 goals, and it was not his night.
Right. I hope Martinez will come back at his home ground, back in Villa. But let's talk about the other match, Barcelona versus Dortmund. And being a Barcelona supporter, I expected a bit of more resilience from Dortmund. From the get-go, the match was, I felt, one-sided. Did you agree?
I thought Barca were playing at their home ground, and it was like a training session for them. Dortmund actually could not show any resistance, and I guess 4 goals were not actually. I think they could
Scored 2 or 3
score
more.
more. Yeah, their
Goalkeeper Kobel
keeper,
was
yeah, he's amazing.
right. And Barcelona, what I liked about them was like the shape they kept. And mind you, Barcelona is playing 4 or 5 matches in the span of 10 days. And
10, 15, 10, 12 days.
Hansi
actually,
Flick wonderfully managed his squad. He rested Rafinha in a match. He rested Lewandowski in a match. Pedri, Yamal. It shows that Barcelona has been very serious from the start of the season, and they've created a squad. They did not go for a big buy, but they developed their La Masia
Develop the
products.
players, yeah. I think it's in their culture and tradition that they develop these players, and not usually they go for a big bucks players. But I think this season they're going for the treble. They have the Copa del Rey. They have, of course, League in their side, and of course now the UCL. What do you think about that?
Well, treble is a bit far away, but what I would love to see.
You don't want to jinx it, right?
I don't want to jinx it. Plus, what I want to see is Hansi Flick keeping these players fresh, because Barcelona will play at the weekend. So, at this pace, at this quick playing games, players tend to get fatigued. And mind you, this is the end of the season, so players are no longer from a pre-season.
And
Exactly.
anything to play for.
So, I want to see Flick keeping his rotation policy intact and resting some of his star players, Yamal, Lewandowski. Lewandowski is 36, mind you, but he doesn't look like one.
But can there is the players in now that the business end is nearing?
I think Flick managed it very well. We saw in the last 3 or 4 matches that even Lewandowski, when he was not playing, he played for the last 20 minutes or maybe the first 60 minutes. Then he was rested, and Dani Olmo, Torres was there, Fermin Lopez was there. So these players gave Barcelona a very good backup. Lastly, Pranto, let's discuss about how you liked all the teams and how the Champions League is shaping up. Any favorites now to win the championship?
For me, it is still FC Barcelona. They got Inter in the semi-final, maybe if
Inter could.
Bayern, that will be tough. But I guess that the form that Barca is in, currently, they will be tough to stop. And on the other hand, PSG are very favorites as well.
Against Arsenal, also if Arsenal could snatch a famous win and reach to the semi-finals.
It will be. I think PSG is tight to lose.
All right, and you are seeing a PSG Barcelona final?
Maybe, and then and you don't want to say it, but I guess Barca will.
We'll have to wait till then.
Yeah.
Thank you, Pranto, for your time today.
Thank you so much.
Folks, that was our prediction and analysis of the Champions League quarterfinals. What do you think of the lineup? Let us know in the comments, and stay tuned for another show of Inside the Dressing Room. Till then, you take care.
For more updates, follow us on Facebook, subscribe our YouTube channel, get the latest update on www.daily-sun.com.